everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and today we are talking about Sterling Ink Common Planner. I did end up getting all of my pre-orders, and I'm hoping to order actually on their day where they put them out to the general public for sale. So I'm planning on ordering at least one, maybe a couple more, but I ended up already talking about the Traveler's Notebook Size 2024. I do already have a video on my channel for this one, and then now I've got two other ones to discuss today. It is the half-year A5 dated 2024 and also the weeks size. So this one actually is a compact. It doesn't have all of the daily pages. It only has 121, and it is very similar size to the half year, just, you know, different size pages, but same size thickness approximately. So it is the half year size for a compact, which is nice. It just makes it a lot more slimlined and easy to use, but it does not have the full year of daily pages. So we're going to just walk through these today. I wanted to come on here and talk about them a little bit because I feel like the covers are a big improvement from last year. I got the first cover iteration that she offered. It was a paper cover, it was coated, and it just was not nearly as like sturdy as these. These are the PU leathers, the fake leather. They're basically just plastic, and they are very bendy and flimsy, and in my experience, the PU leather covers have held up really well for various other planners and things. So I do like these ones a lot. I think it is a great improvement. And yeah, so if you're used to the 2023 dated ones, these are a little bit different. And if you're used to the undated ones, they're way different than that. She did a coated paper, but it was a thicker one, and it was not nearly as flexible for the undated A5 planners. So that's just something to keep in mind. The covers are really nice. There are lots of different color options this time. There's also a black and a forest green, and neither one of those really appealed to me, so I got the other three colors. I've got quartz, this one's called caramel, and then this one's called mist, and this one's more like a light blue jean color. I was really hoping it would lean a little bit more tealy because some pictures I saw of it did lean a little tealy. Now for me right now it's very overcast, so I do have the ring light on, but I think this is pretty true to color, maybe a little bit darker up on the screen than it is in real life, but it is definitely your like denim-y type of blue, and I would love one day for her to do some sort of tealy color. I know that's a big ask because I don't think teal is that popular of a color, but this blue just does not hit for me. It's just blue. It's not very exciting. And yeah, so of the colors, this is my least favorite of the ones I purchased. Now I love this caramel color. It's just, I don't know, something about it so pebbly and natural looking, and it's just like the perfect mid-tone warm brown, and yeah, just like the medium shade. It's just beautiful. So I absolutely love this one. If you like more neutrals and more natural tones, this is a great option. And then of course, I absolutely love the pink, and it is showing up, I think, probably a little bit darker on screen than it is. Let's see, do I have an undated? Yes, I do. So this is the undated color, and I don't know what she was calling the undated one. The new one's called quartz, and you can see there's quite a difference. This one is definitely warmer leaning, and the other one had more of a blue undertone. So you can see there's a little bit of a difference, not a whole lot of difference, but just ever so slightly, and I definitely think the color is better. It just is a little bit warmer. It has that little bit of warmth to it, and it's definitely pinkier to me than the other one. So I really like it, and I don't even know which way is up or right. I'm just like flinging it around, but I do love the color choices. The forest green online shows up very dark, almost black. So if you want something that's a really dark, deep, saturated color, that would be a good option. And then of course they have your standard black, so you can go completely neutral and not have to worry about any sort of color. But I like the colors that I picked. The blue is okay, but it's not the blue shade I would have picked personally. So I'm just really into the caramel and pink. We'll end up trying to purchase at least one more planner. I've got a couple of ones on my list, and if I can snag them, I will. But I will be going with the caramel and the pink, which is called quartz. So there's the whole intro color talk. Let's go ahead and change camera angles. I'll walk you through the insides of these, and we'll talk about them a little bit more. I cannot wait to dive into these. These are two brand new colors that I have yet to see, and I've been waiting so long for these. I pre-ordered them, and then they got delayed because of this week's size with the gold edge was the last of the pre-orders to ship. So I ended up with a little thank you goodie, and she switched the envelopes to black to match. So little sticker, little thank you piece there. I love the little envelopes that it comes with. And then the two new, to me, colors and planners. This one's mist, this one is quartz, which is like the pinkish blushy color. It's so cute. So this is a compact weeks planner. I didn't get the full daily page for this because I wasn't ever gonna well, at least I thought, I still think, I'll never use this as like my one and only planner. So I didn't need a daily page for every day, and I'll flip through all of the sterling inks in this video, but it's just a horizontal spread, and each week is set up to have a horizontal spread, Monday start, and then the daily page next to it. So that's what all the weeks look like. And then in the back, there's still a lot of note paper here, 120 something. This one's 121, so a lot of notebook paper in the back. Love the gold edges. The blue is really beautiful. It's just like your medium powdery type of blue. Very pretty. I would love for them to come out with some sort of tealish color, because this one's more like almost like a light denim color. Beautiful. And then the quartz one, this is 2 half years, and I really wish I had pre-ordered. This is where I made a mistake. I really wish I had ordered a full year planner instead of 2 half years, but oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I feel like I like this better than the cover last year. It's a little bit more blushy toned. It has a different texture. It's the crosshatch texture versus the pebble texture. I feel like this one has a bigger leather grain texture than this. This is almost not even visible. You can see, hopefully side by side, this is the old version, which has very little texture, and then this one has a really nice leathery looking texture. Very beautiful. The caramel one I got is the same kind of texture as this, but this quartz is a crosshatch pattern, and it definitely leans a little bit less blue tinted. This is more of like a bluish pink, and this one leans definitely more blushy, warmer toned pink, which I happen to really like. Oh yeah, I really like this. I like the way that this PU leather binding is done. It looks different, whereas this one is more flattened and squared off. This one has a little bit of a rounded look to it because of that PU leather being really flexible. Beautiful. I really like it with the gold edge. It's gorgeous. And hopefully you can see that crosshatch. Beautiful. So I hope to be able to order a full year book instead of the 2 half year books. I want the whole thing all in one. So this is part 1 and part 2. It'll say on the front, part 1, part 2. And each one has half the year, and together there's about the thickness of a full year book. Really, really pretty. And this one's the vertical. And these ones work with the Hobonichi Cousin style stickers. So there are the 2 that I just received, and I also have the TN standard size too. So those are my 3 pre-orders, and I hope to get a full of this. And then I don't know what I'll do with the half year. Maybe sell it? I don't know. Very excited about these 2, to use them for content planning or fitness stuff or social media or something along those lines. I wanted to show you size comparison wise, weeks versus the Traveler's Notebook size, and these are labeled in their own system. They are labeled N1 for Traveler's Notebook size and N2, it says right there, N2 for the weeks size planners. And they are a little bit different sizing. I did get horizontal for both of these, so the layout, you know, all the pages and configurations are the same. And then the horizontal pages are the same. You can see just a little bit different sizing for those, but same grid, same horizontal spread, same information across the tops. Very, very similar books. And now for the A5 size, I did not know this until recently. Traveler's Notebook and A5 size are the same height. You can see that. The height is the same. A5 size is just basically a wide Traveler's Notebook, and I didn't realize they were the same height, so they're just a little bit different. I did get the vertical spread in this, and I'll show you in comparison to last year's vertical spread. It is a little bit different, and as far as like the page guts are the same as all the Sterling Ink planners. They have the coverlet type of thing on the front, the title page, you get your year at a glance, and then you move into this blank page, which you can use for an index or your top things for the year, whatever you want to use those pages for. The pages in the back, all these line pages are numbered, so it is helpful to have that index if you want it. And then this is the goal setting page. I've walked through this in multiple Sterling Ink planners, but basically it's a gridded style goal planning, and there's 6 spaces here. You can see there's like a little bit darker of lines. So you can put goal categories here or individual 6 goals in those boxes, and then you break them down from the goal itself to your dream type of thing. So it says someday. This one says 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. And so those are different different checkpoints and goal ideas that you can have. So you can have a main goal, your dream of the goal, someday doing that, all the way to like, what habits do you want to have every day that are gonna come back to this goal and help you get to this goal. So I really do like her timed breakdown of the goal setting, and it's just that one sheet, and then you get the yearly overview quarterly pages. So these are all the same in every book, just a little bit different because of how many grid spaces you get and things, but it's basically your quarters are broken down to a priorities section, and then each of the 3 months. Then you get the yearly habit tracking page. This one's very narrow because the book itself is narrow, but you get enough space for 6 dots or 6 grids. So if you're using a dot pen, you can easily check those off, or you can put like a 1 word or 2 word type of thing here if you're tracking something. It will also fit. So every day is listed, and then also the weekends have this gray dot behind them. And I noticed right off the bat, I feel like the writing itself is a little bit darker, but the grid doesn't seem darker to me. We'll compare, but I just don't feel like it seems darker. Maybe just the tiniest bit, but I'm not really noticing much except the numbers are standing out a lot better. I'm sorry, I realize my nails are totally trashed. I've been deep cleaning and organizing all the cabinets in the kitchen, like rearranging, getting rid of old stuff. We've been in this house over 3 years now, and if we haven't used it in 3 years, I'm trying to get rid of it. But so yeah, my nails are not done. They just are wrecked because of all the deep cleaning and stuff. But they give you a monthly page for the month previous and the month after. So December of 2023 is in here, and also January of 2025 is in here. I think Catherine does this in a really nice way, that there's this extra space at the bottom, and this is in case a month covers 6 weeks. There is, like, pretty late in the year, there is one that actually covers 6 weeks like this. So it gives you room to have a full box on those weeks where you have 1 day here and 1 day here for that month. So I really like the way she does that. So it doesn't condense, you don't have to share boxes, you get a full box for every day. And then here is just the basic look, you know, there's your week numbers for each week beside each week. And then if you happen to have days that are not that month, they are grayed out a little bit. You still have the number and the box, but it's a little bit grayed out. And then this is just a little sidebar, and then down here you get sidebar most months because you don't have that extra day. So they all look the same, just like that. And this is a Monday start, so your weekends are together on all of the Sterling inks thus far. So you get all of those all the way to January, and then you move into your weekly pages, and all the monthly pages are chunked together, all the weekly pages are chunked together, and then the numbered daily pages are in the back of this book. So I'm going to flip a little bit further because with the Tomoe River paper, you do get a lot of ghosting since it is so thin. I'm going to flip a little bit further so we get a full look at one without much ghosting. So here is a look at the week. I really love this horizontal layout because you get a full look at your week, and then you get a page to use for the week. So I could totally see this as a fitness planner or a content planner, a health tracker. You can track symptoms or your fitness stuff or your content, social media stuff, and then you have a week page for notes for whatever you need to keep track of. It's gridded so you can easily make habit trackers. You can write your goals of the week here. You can write more information. You can do a little journaling blurb. You have lots of options for this free page. So I really, really like this layout in particular. I would love to see the A5 in this layout, but so far these are just vertical, but I just love it. I think it's a great, clean, sleek look. All of the Sterling inks are very neutral tones, so you get the shades of gray. I feel like the numbers aren't too much in your face, and then the lines are very discreet. So if you really want to just like have a teeny tiny bit and divide this out, you could totally divide it and have your daily square here, and then this could be more journaling or more notes. You don't really have to use those lines at all. So I like how it's done. And then you also get the week number here at the top. And then after that, you get all the way through December and a teeny bit into January just because of how December ends. December of 2024 ends on a Tuesday, and then you get the few days to finish out the week. And then you get daily pages. So these compact ones only have the 121 daily pages. It ends at 121 right there. And I think that's plenty for something like a fitness planner or a content planner where I'm not going to be taking notes or journaling every single day. So I got the compact size for that. Now, if I want to use this for a daily gratitude or something, I would need those daily pages. So I may end up getting one of these options in a full year, just to have it as an option for that kind of thing, like a gratitude journal or like the best moments of the day type of journal, something like that. So I may end up trying to get one of those on the day that these go up for sale. Now, the yearly one is very, very similar. All the layouts in the beginning are very similar. I'll show you guys what they look like. We're not going to flip through them quite as slow, but you can always pause. But they're just a bigger size. So there's your daily page, your goal page, and I flipped through these also in an A5 video for the undated. And then here's the quarterly page. This gives you enough room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 dots. So you can track 10 habits, or you have room for more things to write in there. So very nice. I do find that the numbering looks darker, but I'm not sure about the grid. And I even feel like this grid might be darker than this grid. And it like really depends on the printing. Yeah, I totally feel like this grid is darker than this grid, but not by much. Like it's not super obvious, but this one definitely seems to have darker grids for me. It's just easier on my eyes. So there's a look at the calendar. Again, it gives you room for that 6th week if you need it. Certain months you're gonna need it. You get the December before, and then this one is only a half year. So I wanna see if you get July just in case. Yeah, so you get a July monthly just in case, so you can plan ahead if you're doing half years. If you don't have the other one handy, you still get that, so you can track things and forward plan a little bit. And then you move right into your weeklies, and the weeklies start January 1st, which is fun. Monday, January 1st, 2024 is actually on a Monday. So all these Monday start ones start exactly on the month, which is pretty cool. And then you get the weekly pages through the end of June. That's your last weekly page, June 30th. And that's clean as well. It ends right on the end of the week on Sunday. And then you get daily pages. And then these ones have enough for half of the year. So check the number on it. And you get a couple of extras here and there. But this one's 187. You get 187 of the pages. And because it is the gold gilded edges, some of the pages are sticking together. So it's nice to like flip your book open and closed a few times to kind of loosen up some of those. It just has to do with how the gilding is put on. So they do stick together a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I haven't had a serious problem with that. You just kind of have to flip it and feather it a little bit, and then they will start coming apart a little better. Like certain ones, they just stick together. It's not that big a deal, but you do have to keep that in mind. You got to make sure you're checking your dates, that you're not stuck together pages. You can see some of them just stick together because it's new. So all in all, I really like it. The weekly spread is the most significant difference in this one versus other forms of the planner. They changed it for 2024 to where there's not a line and then numbers. It's the numbers are actually right on the grid, and they are darker than before. So if you were getting this vertical planner to use it as a horizontal planner, it is more difficult to cover up now because they aren't super light. So I do have an undated next to me as well, and we'll look at it. I use this for ink swatching now for fountain inks, but this is the old way. I definitely think that the grids are darker and the numbers are significantly darker in this one. So you can see this one has the line and then the number as a separate spot. So this gives you more room to write, whereas this one, you know, the one is actually pretty much taken up by the number. The grid's completely taken up pretty much. So this gives you a little bit more room to work with. Some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. I personally don't care either way. I use stickers either way, it's not a big deal. The one thing I'll say about this one using stickers is you cover up the number completely, like using a 1.3 inch column sticker, whereas this, if I'm using a sticker, you're still gonna see that one. You're gonna still see that one. You're gonna see half of this number 3. So that's kind of unfortunate and maybe annoying. I don't know if she's gonna keep this system moving forward. Depending on customer feedback, she might change it up again, but I just see that as being kind of annoying, is you're still gonna see a little number here and there because I don't use stickers to cover the entire thing, so I'll definitely still see numbers. Whereas this one, the line actually helps me line it up. Definitely love the change of everything being a teeny bit darker. The grid is just the teeny tiniest bit darker in this one. And I like the numbers being darker so you can see them. So the hourly has not changed at all. It still goes from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. So midnight down here. This is noon, this is midnight. So the numbering's fine with me. I don't tend to use it as an hourly type of thing most of the time anyway. I just kind of sticker it up with whatever things I'm doing during the day. So then you get your daily pages. Like I said, they are undated, but they are numbered. And then the next one, we're gonna see what months you get as far as like, maybe you can move into this one a little earlier. Oh, it does, one thing about this one, it looks like it gives you all of the quarters in both books, which is helpful if you're gonna forward plan or you want all your goal setting stuff together. It does give you the 4 in both books. And this one goes July through December. And I'm pretty sure it'll give you January too. Let's double check and make sure. And again, like I will have to ruffle these a little bit to get them unstuck, but there's January. And then you move into your July weeklies. And this one, let's see if it gives you 187. This one gives you 185, so it's a touch different. I do like that it's separated out into 2 books because the books do get beefy and feathery. I'll show you my current one. I'm using an undated A5 because that's all they had for 2024, or 2023, sorry. And it definitely looks, you know, big and beefy compared to when it was first new. It definitely bulked up significantly, and I still have another month and a half in here. We're mid-November right now as of me filming this, so it definitely beefs up a bit. So if it's like at least double the size, you can expect the full year to be, you know, double the size. But I thought about it later. I ordered this thinking, oh, I've used half years, it's no big deal. And then I thought about it later and I was like, oh, I kind of want a big, giant, beefy, chunky brick of a book. So I really am trying to get a full year. The same coloring, the same gold edge. This is the quartz with gold edge. I want the full year in one book. So I'm probably going to order that and maybe sell this one off. I don't know, it does get really beefy, so it might be better to use the half years because that's significant beef right there. But anyway, I wanted to walk you guys through all of it. They do offer the half years in B6 size as well. Maybe other sizes, I'm not exactly sure, but they're gonna have a sale for all of the stuff, and then they're gonna have an imperfect sale after all of that has run through. And so hopefully everybody who wants one will be able to get what they want. They do their pre-orders super early, so get on their email list for next year if you're interested and you missed the boat for various things. It was something I totally missed out on originally as well. I totally did not know it was even a thing, and then I discovered it and did pre-order this year. So I did wait a long time, but it was totally worth the wait, and there's still 2 months left until these actually kick in. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at the sterling inks. I love them. If I end up purchasing anything in the other sale, I will do a video on those as well. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.